Hi and welcome to probably the last update I make on this build. So yesterday I switched to hybrid evasion and energy shield setup to be a lot tankier, both against one-shots and repeated damage. I have defeated my first ever Arbiter of Ash with this, but actually the most difficult boss I have done so far was the last difficulty or rough to unlock the last points in the Atlas Expedition 3. My budget for the gear I will show you was about 1 divine per armor and jewelry slot, 2 for the weapon and 2 for the Lycosidae unique shield, and maybe 15x for each jewel. If you want to look at cheaper and earlier setups, I encourage you to check the previous videos. I will link in the description and comment. And I appreciate if you subscribe to help me reach the very important 1000 mark. So for the biggest changes since the last video, it's gonna be mostly about gear and passive tree and a bit of gem setup. So I got my hands on Lycosidae and it was approximately a 20% tooltip DPS increase. And also you have to factor in that it gives you a ton more crit chance, which makes it really easier to proc Frenzy Charge during hard bosses. And then the main differences are on the chest and helmet, which you go evasion and energy shield on the chest and pure energy shield on the helmet. That's just been part of always been part of PoE game design, that's where you get most of your energy shield. I also got myself an amulet with spirits and with increased maximum energy shield. It's also a really important stat to look for here. And reason is that I want to run Ghost Dance. What does it do? It gives you up to 4 or 5 Ghost Shrouds, depending on the gem level. And when you get hit, it consumes 1 of a charge to grant you to recover energy shield based on your evasion rating, which you can see here right now at 8500, so 7% of that is recovered as ES when I get hit. And I get hit not so often, and at least it's evadable hits. And for the other main changes, I have completely respected out this whole part of the tree. The reason is that you want to go for the monk part of the tree where you can get evasion and energy shield. You can get some here, and you can get some here. This one is especially nice because it gives you max energy shield based on the evasion of your body armor. So even if you don't switch right off the bat to that kind of hybrid base, if you have a big evasion rating for the chest already, you can get some energy shield from this. And also these crit nodes are really nice, this one too. You see we get 36% increased damage if you dealt a critical hit, plus 30% here, plus 20, and more crit chance and bonus and some stats here. So yeah, another important part is that you're gonna need 120, 130 intelligence, depending on which base is your helmet, which is gonna put additional pressure on your suffixes, which is shared for resistances. And on your tree, you might as well, you might want to grab more attribute nodes. Oh, and I have stopped using Kitoko's current. You can keep using it even as this after transitioning to energy shield. It's just I found it not so necessary anymore, and instead in Herald of Thunder I am running electrocute support and Neural Overload. The main difference is that we don't electrocute on bosses anymore, but I think that's fine since it doesn't happen so often anyway. But this allows freeing gem slots, keeping shock in, and I don't even need the electrocution build-up nodes here. So for the gem links, I'm using for Lightning Spear, Martial Tempo, Vault obviously. Poke is really nice for clearing once you get enough damage. And then I use Innovate and Longshot for more damage. In Stormlands I went back to Scattershot, and I'm using Landing in Vision, Primal Moment, Blindside, and Deliberation. But you feel free to mix and match based on your taste and what feels better to you. I think for Lightning Spear you do want to keep Vault and Fork, and for Stormlands Scattershot, but the rest you can mix and match based on whatever you want. That's my favorite setup, but it can vary. And I am not using a Rhoa mount, and the main reason is that it costs a lot of spirits. Here it costs 60 spirits, so I would need probably a higher spirit amulet, and I would need spirits on my chest, which is gonna get really costly to keep having a high evasion and energy shield. But if you feel like it's worth it for you, you can go for that. It will increase your clear speed by some amount. I don't find it's very worth it if you just throw one spear or two here and there, but if you're in a late game min-maxing your clear speed mindset, you can go for it. And yeah, I don't think I will make another update video on the build. I mean, I will probably min-max it a bit more. I could go for better jewels, look up some unique ones maybe. There's a pair of gloves that's interesting, that makes you leech energy shield instead of life. We don't have so much recovery of energy shield, so it could be worth it, but then you need a source of leech somewhere on your weapon, for example, or I think on rings you can get it too. There's also a possibility to get the unique helmet that gives tailwind to go a bit faster. And as I said earlier, you can also go back to Kitoko's current if you want. And I have killed my first Arbiter. It was my first Arbiter ever, and the end of the fight might surprise you. I'm not like clickbait or anything. It was a fun experience. Whoa! That's awkward. I cannot go there. It's bugged. Oh putain. But yeah, if I make another video on PoE before last epoch comes out, it will probably be either some farming guide or might go for a new build. I'm interested in bleed since they added quite a lot of things this league. Maybe phones or some kind of melee character with Smith or Kitava, I'm curious about. But that's it for today. Thank you if you're subscribed. As always, you can join in on the Twitch stream if you want to. And if you don't, maybe I can't do that on YouTube.